Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon, as tonight your Roseburg girls basketball team gets ready to try and get that first win of the season, hosting the Grants Pass Cavemen this evening. Another Southern Oregon Conference matchup tonight for Roseburg in this 2021 season. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's broadcast of high school sports here on The Score. I'm Joey Kieran. This evening, Roseburg taking on Grants Pass. And it is the second game of the season for Roseburg. On the other side, Grants Pass comes in with their 1-1 record. Grants Pass coming off of a win against Eagle Point, their first victory of the season, and they put up some pretty good numbers there. On the other side, Roseburg coming off of a loss in their season opener where they realized it's going to be a season with a lot to learn for this young squad as they get into 2021. But they hope that a couple of days of practice and working on a number of fundamentals will get them a chance to try and steal one tonight against Grants Pass. This is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give Roseburg Disposal a call at 673-7122. Coming up in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Chad Smith as we talk about the opening game against Crater and what his team's been working on over the last couple of days since we last saw him. And we also will get a scouting report on tonight's opponent, the Grants Pass Lady Cavers. Today's game is also streaming live online at 541radio.com and on the Score YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube and subscribe to Roseburg High School Sport. Subscribe to the channel to follow Roseburg High School Sports. Streaming of Roseburg Sports here during the basketball season is presented by BTB Moving, providing labor services for your moving needs in Roseburg, Douglas County, and around the state of Oregon. So if you're looking to move, they are the ones to call. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. Senior and veteran discounts available. Book now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. We'll come back with a word with head coach Chad Smith when we return. This is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. And we'll be back with our pregame coaches interview after this 2-minute break here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on The Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Current Orthodontics."
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Roseburg girls basketball back at it tonight here at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium as they get ready to take on Grants Pass. Joining us here in the pregame show is head coach Chad Smith. Coach, one game in the books. We knew it was going to be a growing season, a learning season for you guys. Obviously a tough one when you look at the scoreboard, but what do you think you guys took away from that first game there against Crater?
Well, it was an opportunity for us to come out and play and see what we have, and we know we've got a long way to go. We're in a building year, and the girls took that to heart. We have no heads down. We came into the gym on Sunday, got right back after it, worked on a few adjustments that we're going to try and make tonight against Grants Pass, who's a very quality club. They've got some very good. They've got 2 seniors that are really, really good. They've got a couple scorers that we're going to have to contend with. But the girls were ready to go on Sunday, so hopefully we see that tonight when we step on the floor.
What's one of the biggest takeaways? I mean, obviously there's always a lot of things to work on throughout a season, but what was one of the biggest takeaways from that game that you tried to focus on in practice and you'd like to see them implement tonight?
We're going to really focus boxing out. We gave up a lot of boards on the offensive end to Crater. We were out rebounded tremendously, so one of the things we really stress is how important it is to get a body on a person. And then on top of that, we got to turn the ball over less. I think we had 27 turnovers in the first half. Crater got us going, trying to go up tempo, and we just aren't a team that can do that. And we stress taking care of the ball and boxing out this week.
I know a lot of it was some full court pressure you saw from Crater and a lot of in-your-face pressure on that. How do you go about trying to combat a team that's maybe that kind of physical that you guys might see a little bit of throughout this season?
We've got to just be stronger with the basketball. It's one of those things we always talk about as coaches. When you receive the ball, step and look and see what you've got available to you. Don't just immediately put it on the floor. And we had a lot of that where we'd put it on the floor for one dribble, pick up when we realized we were in trouble. We should catch first, look, and then establish what we want to do with that. So once again, that's one of the things we were really focusing on Sunday in practice, and we'll see how we go with that tonight.
I know you were missing a few gals at the last time we were here to cover a game, and it's been a couple of days. Season 3 has officially ended. Have you added to your roster for tonight?
We do. We have Emma Murphy back with us from the softball program, as well as Isabel Stribling. Both of them were on that softball team that was playing on Saturday here in town. So we're happy to have them back. It was nice having 12 girls at practice on Sunday and be able to do some rotations and do some things like that. So we're very much appreciative that they're back with us.
And I'm assuming that, talking about how it's nice to have more people at practice, does that mean your bench is going to be a little bit deeper for rotations throughout tonight?
We should be, yes. We've made a few adjustments there. Like I said, we've picked up those 2. We've also decided that we're going to bring the freshman Micaiah McClatchin up with us. She did some good things in that limited time she saw, so we're just going to bring her along with us. So that will give us, we're going to have 3 or 4 quality kids hopefully coming off the bench.
Well, as you get ready for it tonight here, you mentioned Grants Pass Quality Program, and we were talking after the loss against Crater that you were familiar with the Grants Pass coach, and you knew you were going to have a big challenge tonight. What do you think about this Grants Pass club coming in here?
They are extremely big. They do a good job of pressuring. They're more of a half-court pressure. They're not necessarily a Crater type, get up in your face, defend you, but they do a great job in the half-court set. You've got to be patient offensively and look for those spots and opportunities that you're going to have and just not force the basketball. Defensively, we've got to sit down and play a good defense, and we've got to box out because they're a team. They've got 2 really good quality post kids that do a great job on the offensive glass, and we have got to make sure we know where they're at all times and put a body on them.
All right, Coach. Good luck in tonight's matchup.
Thank you very much.
That is head coach Chad Smith for the Roseburg girls basketball team as they get ready to take on Grants Pass here tonight. This game is brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. This is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That is Roseburg Disposal. Well, Roseburg coming in with that 0-1 record. Looking back at their previous game, they fell against Crater. It was a difficult one, that is for sure. Crater, a team that was in the state playoffs last year, and return some quality players as they would jump out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter after 1. It was 34-2 at the end of the first half. Roseburg, though, able to put up a few more points in the second half, started to look a little bit better. You heard head coach Chad Smith there mention how many turnovers they had in the first half of that ball game. 27 I had been told that it apparently was cut down for the second half. They got it much lower than they had in the first half, which is a good sign and hopefully some indications that some of the coaching they got throughout that game they were able to hang on to and start to use throughout that game against Crater. But overall, obviously, you look at the scoreboard, and it was a lopsided one for Roseburg, falling 65-13 in that contest against the Crater Comets. Leading the way for Roseburg with 6 points was Amy Carpenter. I look forward to seeing what she has for us here tonight. Plus, they get back a couple of other players, Isabel Stribling and Emma Murphy, back after the Roseburg softball team. I didn't want to correct him in the interview, but Coach saying that Roseburg softball was at home. They were actually at North Medford on Saturday. They were down there taking on North Medford in the Southern Oregon Conference tournament title game. And they came up just short, unfortunately. Roseburg softball was leading 4-0. They let North Medford back into it. It was a tie ball game going to the late stages, middle stages of that game. North Medford took a 1-run lead. Roseburg had a chance in the 7th inning. They had the bases loaded with just one out, but could not bring around the game-tying run in that final inning, and they would fall 1 run shy of forcing extras, and North Medford would take the tournament title. It was the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed in that matchup. Isabel Stribling and Emma Murphy both there to be a part of that, but unfortunately came up just short of winning a Southern Oregon Conference title on Saturday with the softball team. Now they're here with the basketball team. Of course, you know, that is going to be something that every team is going to work through. You see it usually during a regular season anyways, where many times you've got athletes that join a couple of week or two into practice because they've been out doing other sports, but you don't usually see it overlap into the start of the season. They usually get a few days of practice before they get out there and start competition. But for this season, with things so jammed in to try and make sure you give as much time as possible to all the sports, we do have some overlap. That final week of the regular season for Season 3 sports, which were your typical spring sports, softball, baseball, track and field, tennis, and golf. Those all wrapped up on Saturday, and it takes them into the start. We are already 1 week into this Season 4 schedule for basketball, wrestling, and swimming. We're already 1 week into it, so some of these athletes joining 1 week into this final season after wrapping things up with Season 3, and that would be Emma Murphy and Isabel Stribling for Roseburg as they join the team. We'll see. Obviously, they're going to probably be in pretty good shape coming out of softball. They've been working hard already, been staying active, but basketball shape going to be different than softball. We'll see how that affects them as we expect to see them out there on the floor here tonight. One of the other things I was told is that Micaiah McClatcher, the freshman, stood out to head coach Chad Smith. She is now up with the varsity. She got some swing time on Friday playing with the JV and then swinging into the varsity game, getting some minutes there. She did enough to convince them to bring her up to the varsity full time, and she will be spending her minutes here tonight with the varsity program, not with the JV team. As for the JV game, it wrapped up not that long ago. The Roseburg JV losing 28-22 in that matchup. They were on top early on, but Grants Pass making a run in the second half to come back for that win. Kudos to the Roseburg JV team for keeping that one close, fighting all the way down to the end. They were down by 7 at one point, got it down to, I think, 4 or 5 in the last couple of minutes. Just could not overcome the Grants Pass attack there for the JV matchup. But they fall to 0-2 on the season with that loss for the JV team after they lost to Crater back on Friday last week. On the other side, Grants Pass, our opponent here tonight, led by head coach Scott Wakefield. His team comes in 1-1. They're averaging 44.5 points a game. They've been giving up 52.5. Their season high was 52 in a win against Eagle Point back on Friday last week. Their season low was 37 against South Medford in their season opener. Of course, all you got to do is say South Medford girls basketball, and pretty much everybody around Southern Oregon has a very good understanding of exactly what that means, a program that is constantly at the top of the dominance here in the state of Oregon. They lost that season opener against South Medford 72-37, but in their most recent game against Eagle Point, 52-33 the final score there. Roseburg hoping that they can give Grants Pass a ball game here tonight as they come in with that 1-1 record. last season for Grants Pass. Obviously, you remember last season, things were able to finish up for high school basketball before the pandemic shut everything down. So we had a full season last year, and for Grants Pass, they finished 10-14 on the season last year. They were 3-7 in conference play in the Southwest Conference a year ago. They finished out tied for 4th in the Southwest Conference to the playoffs, but fell 61-17 at West Linn in that first round playoff matchup. That is a look at tonight's contest between Roseburg and Grants Pass here tonight. This evening's game is brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. We are counting down towards tip-off. It's Joey Kieran here with you from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on a sunny evening here in the Umpqua Basin, a Monday night. And we thank you all for tuning in and joining us for this evening's broadcast. A couple of minutes to go here before the national anthem as we get ready to go for tonight's tip-off. I thought the JV game had gotten done a little bit closer to the expected start time for this one, but it looks like we will run a little bit late on getting started for tonight's matchup. While we've got a second, let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups for these two teams. We'll start out with the visiting Grants Pass Lady Cavers. Taking the floor for head coach Scott Wakefield, it'll be a freshman guard, Brooke Anderson, at 5'5", along with sophomore guard forward at 5'8", Reagan Bruner. Sophie Mock, a sophomore guard at 5'7", gets a start, along with Emily Rund, a senior guard forward at 5'9". And then down in the blocks, you'll have Kaylin Teagle, a senior 5'10" forward, getting the start and rounding out the starting five tonight for head coach Scott Wakefield. And for head coach Chad Smith on the Roseburg girls, their starting lineup will have Riley Mulsick start things off. She's the sophomore guard, along with sophomore post Amy Carpenter. Jocelyn Monteferring, a junior guard, will start tonight, along with sophomore Hayden Pinard, a wing post player. And then rounding it out in the post is Chelsea Miller, a junior for Roseburg. That is a look at your starting lineups for tonight's matchup. We are just about ready to go for the national anthem and our opening tip-off to tonight's game, although if you have not caught on, tip-off's not a part of the game this season. The visiting team gets the ball automatically at the start of every game, so that will be the case here as we get ready to go. Grants Pass will have the ball. Grants Pass coming in their blue uniforms. Numbers on the front and the back in white. Grants Pass across the chest in white. And white horizontal stripes up the side of the shorts for the Cavers. For Roseburg, they've got the home white jerseys, numbers on the front and the back in orange, outlined in black. And they've got the orange horizontal stripes that go up the shorts and up the side of the jersey tops, with Indians across the chest in orange, outlined in black as well. Starting lineups are right around the corner as we wrap this one up. The starting lineups announced down on the floor, that is. We've got them all ready for you here as we get ready for tonight's broadcast. We'll come back after the national anthem for the start of tonight's ball game. It's Roseburg and Grants Pass. This has been your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That is Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Back after this 2-minute break here on The Score.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on The Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Starting lineups being announced down on the floor by our public address announcer, Kyle Bailey, here tonight as we get ready to go for Roseburg and Grants Pass basketball. Joey Keyran here with you. Let's go ahead and real quick pause 10 seconds for station identification before we get this one underway. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on The Score. We are underway here as Grants Pass will have the basketball, the visiting team, starting with it. A bunny from the right side off the mark for Emily Rund as she has the first attempt on the outlet. Roseburg trying to get up the floor. It's Jocelyn Montefiore who will be called for the travel. You've got for Roseburg, Molsick, Carpenter, Montefiore, Pinard, and Miller out there on the floor to start things off here in the first quarter. A three from the far corner off the mark, and Carpenter down with the rebound. That was another shot there by Rund, missing. And Roseburg down with the defensive board. That was a big point of contention for head coach Chad Smith. Miller out at the right side, gets it to the far wing, enter it in underneath. Montefiore a shot. It's too long from the baseline. And the rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Grants Pass. Grants Pass with Anderson, Bruner, Mock, Rund, and Teagle out there on the floor. Rund will pass to the free throw line to Teagle. Teagle back, bounce pass out to Rund. Cross-court pass to the far side. Mock looking underneath, back out to the top for Anderson. Dribbles once to the right elbow, passing away. Skip pass across the floor, a three for Grants Pass, no good. Carpenter underneath, battles for the rebound and pulls it in. The shot off the mark there by Mock. And Roseburg again owning the boards. Carpenter doing a good job picking up her dribble. Now the defense right on her. Able to clear some space. Handed off to Miller was Montefiore. She'll get it right back out between the circles, setting up the offense. Looking to her right. Bounce pass. Nice pass. Finds an open cutter. And Roseburg will have a 2-0 lead as scoring underneath was Riley Molsick. Found the cutter and the lay-in from the right side, and Roseburg's on top. Out on the left wing, Mock across to Rund on the near wing. Straight away, a three for Anderson. Rattles out, rebound tipped up and around. Carpenter almost had it, tipped it around. It goes to Brunner. Out to the near side, underneath, and a foul called on the defense for Amy Carpenter. And she's one you're not going to want to see in foul trouble because she has been doing a great job on the rebound so far. First foul called against either team in the contest. Inbound from the baseline for Grants Pass. Got to get it in, and now finally will to Mock on the near wing. Right side for the Cavemen as they go left to right on your radio dial. With it, Mock dribbles into the lane, nearly got it taken away. Passes back out, Rund. A three will go through. And Emily Rund will put Grants Pass in front. 3-2 your score. Pressure in the backcourt. Didn't expect to see much of that, was what head coach Chad Smith had told us in the pregame show, but Roseburg will break it. Montefiore pass to Molsick on the far side. And trying to go into the corner to Carpenter, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Roseburg. Roseburg in the white, moving right to left on your radio dial. Here in this home basketball game for the Roseburg girls, looking for their first win. 3-2. Grants Pass in front, 5:27 to go, first quarter. Pass underneath, intended for Mulsick, taken away by Anderson. She brings it up quickly along the far sideline. Dribbles to the baseline, a floater off the mark, rebound, and a foul called. Saving it back in was Teagle underneath, fighting for the rebound. And they call the foul against Hayden Pinard for her first. Again, an inbound from the baseline for Grants Pass. Into the corner for Bruner. Back out to the top. Mock with it. Into the corner. Now a three. Off the mark. Long. The rebound will go out of bounds on the far side after the shot by Bruner from the corner. Roseburg will inbound to the backcourt. Montefiore with pressure, and Grants Pass really now upping up the defensive pressure. If Roseburg can break it, they might be able to get a cheap basket. They will get into the half court, but don't get an easy look at the hoop. They'll set up the half court offense on the left wing. Looking for that backdoor cutter. Pass just off the mark, intended for Hayden Pinard. Right idea for Montefiore. The pass just not on the mark. And a turnover by Roseburg with 4:45 to go first quarter. They trail by 1, 3-2. Out to the top. Roseburg going with a zone defense. Tried to lob in underneath. The back door was there for run. Their shot off the mark, and down with the rebound was Mulsick. That'll bring it up the floor. Ponytail flapping in her face as she brings the ball up the court. Chelsea Miller, one pass to the near side. Pinard takes it out between the circles, reverts back to her left, now picks up her dribble, tries to bounce to the free throw line. It's taken away by Grants Pass. Bruner with it, up the floor on the right wing. To the top to Anderson, and she'll reset the offense in the half court. Midway point of the first quarter, a 1-point lead for Grants Pass. Skip pass to the near side. Rund with it, looking underneath. They'll go around the perimeter, out at the top. Jab step, driving. The floater rattles out and underneath. A rebound for Carpenter. Too strong on the floater by Anderson. She had a good look. Surprising the shot did not go down. Still 3-2 here in the first quarter. Under 4 minutes to play. Crossover. Nice move by Carpenter. Finds Miller. Baseline jumper is too long. Weak side rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Pinard. And with the dead ball there, we will reach the media timeout. We'll go ahead and take the 30-second break. This is Roseburg basketball. The girls trail 3-2 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Okay, just a...
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back here with 3:36 to go in the first quarter. Grants Pass leading 3-2. Today's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. First dead ball after the 4-minute mark. Get that media timeout there. Grants Pass will have it after the stop in play. Bringing the ball up the floor with little pressure is Brooke Anderson. Kicks left side, and a three is good for Sophie Mock. And Grants Pass now on top by 4, 6-2. 3:19 to go. Roseburg scored the opening basket of the game, and since then they have not been able to get one to fall through. Into the game is Michelle Rivera handling the basketball. She has it taken away from her. And up with it is Grants Pass. Anderson brings it up the floor straight away, right side. Into the game is Jocelyn Seidel, who's come in for Grants Pass out of that timeout. She'll get it back on the right wing. She'll pull the trigger on a three. It's off the back iron, too strong, and the rebound came all the way back out to Mulsick. Pressure again in the backcourt for Grants Pass. Mulsick brings it up the floor, picks up the dribble, goes left side. Pinard there to get it. Pinard goes right side. Driving in, and Hayden Pinard will get a bucket for 2. And she gets Roseburg back within 2, 6-4 your score, 2:28 to play here in the first quarter. Near side with it, Seidel looking underneath. Oh, had the cutter with Teagle cutting through the middle, but they didn't see it in time. Out at the top, Anderson, pump fake, drives right side, back out. Seidel, a look at a three, rattles around, and will get the friendly roll. She seems to have dialed in her distance from that right wing. She bears the three, 9-4 your score. 5-point margin for Grants Pass. They continue to pressure in the backcourt. Pinard trapped, got to get it across, and Roseburg will get the pass across. Into the game is Emma Murphy for Roseburg. First time that she's out there on the floor for Roseburg here in this 2021 season. Finds a nice pass, nearly a travel, now lost the basketball. Murphy, a nice pass through the defense to get it to Molsick, but Molsick kind of defender right on her. So she tried to quickly pass, but it wasn't quite on the mark to Michelle Rivera, who lost the handle, couldn't quite handle the pass, and turns it over out of bounds across the baseline. Jocelyn Monteferian will check back in for Riley Molsick. And in for Grants Pass is Isis Poteet, a freshman at 6 feet tall. Boy, she is a big figure out there. As a three from the left side and a whistle on the shot by Isabel Lopez. Trying to close out was Roseburg's Michelle Rivera, and gets called for the foul after the shot, so it'll be an inbound from the baseline. But you can tell a concerted effort from this Roseburg team. Once a shot goes up, they find a body and try to box him out. And you can see the concerted effort to try and make sure that they are trying to limit the access to rebounds for the opponent. A runner high off the glass. The bank is open for Brooke Anderson, and it's 11-4. Grants Pass in front of Roseburg. On top by 7, their largest lead of the night. Micaiah McClatcher has entered the game for Roseburg, trying to dribble along the right sideline and just didn't have enough room. She was trying to squeeze in, and Grants Pass forced her to the sideline, couldn't make it through, and a timeout down on the floor called by Roseburg head coach Chad Smith. 11-4 is our score here with 1:11 to go in the first quarter. Roseburg going to talk about their strategy for the final 60 seconds, make it final 71 seconds here in the first quarter. Today's game brought to you by the Smile Station, your destination for aesthetically crafted smiles, and by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. Right now, the Roseburg boys are down in Grants Pass. They are on the road today. They will be on the road until they come back. June 1st will be their next game here at home, and that'll be our next broadcast for the Roseburg boys. And we will have that for you as they take on Ashland. For the Roseburg girls, they'll be hosting North Medford coming up on Thursday this week, and we'll have that score for you there. Out of the timeout, it'll be a Grants Pass basketball. 1:11 to play. Much tighter first half for Roseburg so far as they trail 11-4 against the visiting Grants Pass Lady Cavers. One-handed pass by Lopez out to the top around the perimeter run on the near side. Anderson straightaway three. Back iron hard. Long rebound. Tipped out. Anderson saves it back in. She'll get her own rebound. A three from the top by Rund is off the mark. Ball kicked out, and it's picked up by Murphy, and she'll bring it up the floor. Just before the midcourt stripe, she backs her way over. Well, don't forget, Portland Trailblazers basketball just getting underway in the playoffs tonight. We will have coverage of the Blazers as soon as we are done with this Roseburg girls basketball game. So stay tuned for most likely at least the second half of that ball game. We'll keep you updated on scores, updates throughout the game on the Blazers. And then we will have coverage of likely the second half when we get done with Roseburg basketball. Driving a baseline, Micaiah McClatcher throws one up at the rim and gets a lucky bounce that hits short of the rim but rolls over, and she gets two there. It's 11-6. Roseburg trailing by 5, 24 seconds. Into the middle to Poteet. Lost the handle. It goes out to Rund for Grants Pass, and Rund throws it away. Thought she had somebody to throw it to on the far side, but the two players she was intended to throw it towards both start cutting to the basket, thinking the other one's getting it, and the ball goes out of bounds into Roseburg's bench. 16 seconds to play first quarter. Roseburg a chance to cut down the deficit. McClatcher back out to Murphy. Murphy, right-handed dribble, over to Monteferian. She'll dribble left hand to the top. Tried to pass it to Rivera, and she'll let it go out of bounds. Oh, that was Ball looked like it was tipped by Grant's Pass, and that's why Rivera let it go out of bounds. The official says no, it was not. It was last touched by Roseburg. A shot from half court, going to be off the mark for Sophie Mock. And after 1 quarter of play, it's 11-6. Roseburg within 5 as we go to the second period after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The Signature Service Oil Change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one Signature Service Oil Change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Welcome you back for the start of the second quarter. Roseburg trailing Grants Pass 11-6, 8 minutes on the board to start the second period. Today's game brought to you by Current Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. Call Dr. Peterson at 541-672-5721. Roseburg moving right to left. Michelle Rivera has a look at a 3. Her shot short. Rebound comes down to Roseburg. Back up with it was McClatcher. Her shot too short, and the rebound ripped away by Grants Pass. A couple of looks there by Roseburg. Neither wants to fall. Trailing 11-6 here as we start this second quarter. Closest game they've had all season. Isis Poteet will get her first points of the night and puts Grants Pass on top 13-6. Back out to its largest lead at 7 points there for the Cavemen. Up the floor, Roseburg able to break the press. Montefiore backs it out towards the center circle. Picks up the dribble. And now we'll pass it away, right side. It's Murphy, Rivera, Montefiore, Pinard, and McClatcher out there. Murphy driving in, had a clean look, and then a swipe at the arms. And they call that one against Poteet, who will get her first. This springtime games of basketball at the angle I'm at. Again, that scoreboard very difficult to read on the foul numbers that go up there. Emma Murphy at the free throw line will get her first points of her senior season. Or excuse me, sophomore season, of her season, I should say. She's joining the team today after being out there with the softball team. She hits the first of 2 free throws. Makes it a 6-point game. Roseburg had 3 players with 2 points after the first quarter. Murphy now has 2 as well, and she hits both of the free throws. Leading the way for Grants Pass, they had 3 players with 3 points. Dump it underneath to Seidel. She let the defense go by, puts up a left-handed hook shot, and the rebound comes down to Roseburg, and they put pressure on right away. Rivera needed to pass it away, and now stepping out of bounds as getting the basketball was McClatcher. Rivera, the junior, had a player right on her back, but she had McClatcher open, needed to try and pass it away to her, and did not see her maybe there in the corner. Ball got tipped to McClatcher, but she stepped out of bounds as she tried to keep it in. A 3 from the near side by Rund, off the mark, with the rebound pulled down by Mock. Rund will get it back on the right wing. Pass across the floor. Mock a 3. Off the iron, no good. Roseburg trying to rebound. And it goes down to Poteet. She'll kick out. Seidel a 3, and she'll get it. Third attempt. Roseburg, give them credit for really trying to box out, but they just couldn't, for some reason, could not get that basketball in. And Grants Pass was able to finally knock down the bucket, leading 16-8. And now a turnover by Roseburg. On the trip the other direction, they're called for a travel. Poteet will check out. And back in is Kaylin Teagle. Mock brings the ball up the floor to Anderson on the left side. Lobs the pass long across the floor to Run. Back across to Anderson. Roseburg trying to close out. A 3. Anderson off the mark. Long rebound. Let it go. But no, stepping on the sideline is Carpenter. And that'll be a spot that she'll learn there. That was a long rebound out. If she just lets that ball go, it would be Roseburg's basketball. You can box out and not let the other team get to it and let the ball go out of bounds, but she tried to save it in. It steps on the sideline. Grant's pass with it, a player down in the middle. That was Teagle. Out at the top, they try to go back in the middle. Seidel kicks back out, run to three, looks on target. It is. Emily Run will get her second three of the game and a couple of threes falling for Grants Pass. They're building a big lead here. They're on top by 11 now. Still pressuring in the backcourt. Montefiore sees an opening. She'll dribble it across the half-court stripe, loses the ball, taken away, breakaway, and the lay-in does not go for Mock. She missed the easy bunny. Up the floor, Riley Molsick with it. She'll pass it to right side. Rivera going to drive baseline into the corner, cut off. Now a double team. She's got nowhere to go with it. Trying to maybe call a timeout. She'll get the pass out to the top to Carpenter. McClatcher thought about driving, kicks over, left side. Montefiore looked at a three, decided not to take it. She'll dribble once out to the top. Rivera, they can reset. No shot clock here. You can take your time. McClatcher going to step into a three, and she's got it! Micaiah McClatcher with the three from long distance for the freshman. She's got 5 in the game, and Roseburg's back within 8. 4:50 to play here in this second quarter. 19-11 your score. At the top with it, Teagle, pass it away left side to Mock. Rund will get it on the near side from Anderson. Looking for the cutter through that Roseburg zone defense. It's just not there. They go with that 2-3 zone, and a foul called against Roseburg. Behind Teagle, I believe it was Montefiore that's going to get called for the foul. Isabel Stribling and Chelsea Miller coming for Roseburg. Going to have Isabel Stribling checking into the game for the first time. Stribling, a sophomore, coming from the softball team. Grants pass after the foul. And a shot from the corner from Mock was off the mark. And then on the rebound, a call against Grants Pass for going over the back. Roseburg, again, they continue to do a nice job of bodying somebody up when the shot goes up. I've been enjoying what I've been seeing there. A screen from Chelsea Miller trying to squeeze through. Molsick can't do it. She loses the basketball on the other side. Amy Carpenter's going to pick up another foul. On the breakaway, Carpenter tried to stay straight up in front of Sophie Mock, and she gets whistled for the foul. It'll be 2 shots coming up here for Grants Pass. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. First free throw goes through for Mock. Makes it 22-11 with another free throw coming. 4:13 to play here in this first half. Second free throw looks short, but hits the front iron and gets the friendly bounce over the rim. Mock hits a pair from the line. Nearing the midway point, Carpenter, long pass over to Miller. Miller brings it up the floor, splits a couple of defenders with it. Stribling wanted the basketball and I think got too excited with her getting it for the first time out there. Lost a handle as she was looking to turn and shoot. Up the floor comes Grant's pass, a three from Mock off the mark, rebound tipped up, fighting to get there. It's Molsick with the rebound. But then on the outlet, lost it, was Montefiore in a scramble for the basketball, and the ball's on the floor. It is a timeout as they scramble for the basketball. Grant's pass will get the possession and a timeout. It'll be our media timeout here in the second quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and come back and finish out the first half of basketball. This is Roseburg girls basketball for you on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
Second quarter action here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, 21-11. Our score here at the At the media timeout here with 3:42 to go in the second quarter. Joey Keyran here with you. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Dr. Lanson Randall, open and accepting new patients. Call 541-378-6694. Coming up, we'll have our Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Stick around for that. We'll recap the first half and take a look at individual scoring from the first half of action. Checking in on the Portland Trailblazers, just underway against Denver in Game 2 from the Mile High City. The Blazers winning Game 1 against the Nuggets. And are looking to try and head back home to Portland with a 2-0 lead. It does seem as if maybe they haven't quite tipped off yet, which is surprising. I think they were supposed to start at 7, so we'll try and check on that for you here as we go to halftime. With the basketball, Grant's pass out of the timeout. Brooke Anderson out to the top to Sophie Mock. A three from Anderson on the right wing is no good. Rebound tipped out of the hands of Amy Carpenter. It'll go back to Roseburg. Roseburg with the basketball. 3:20 to play here first half. Little pitch and catch in the backcourt. Tried to go up the floor. Ball tipped by Teagle, and it'll stay with Roseburg. Montefiore tried to get it up the floor to Molsick, and it was tipped by Grant's pass and out of bounds. Inbound for Roseburg from their own baseline. Carpenter has it out at the top. Trailing by 10 here with 3 minutes to play in the first half. Montefiore dribbles out to the top to Molsick on the right side. Back up to the top to Montefiore. She'll find a cutting Chelsea Miller as Roseburg continues to work around the perimeter trying to find the entry pass against this zone defense from Grant's pass. Molsick gets it, drives in, lost the defender underneath the dribbling. She got cut off, tried to pass it out, and it's taken away by the Cavemen. Up the floor comes Rund on the near side. She'll get it back right wing. No look at a shot. They'll work it around the perimeter, and that is a travel. Tried to jab step and lost her balance. And so a turnover there by Sophie Mock. Roseburg with it into the half court is Carpenter. Had some contact, no whistle. Gets it to Molsick, across to McClatcher. McClatcher back to Molsick. Near side, Montefiore. At the left wing. Back out, they work it around to the right side. Molsick looking for the entry pass and ill-advised there. A defender right on the back of Amy Carpenter. Up the floor, McClatcher chasing and won't have much of a chance to do much against Brooke Anderson, who hits the bucket for 2. 23-11. Largest lead in the game now for Grant's pass. Double team dribble, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Roseburg out of the hands of Montefiore. Roseburg will have the basketball with 1:51. Near corner, McClatcher tried to dump it underneath, but it is easily taken away by Rund. They've got the right ideas. They just got to see when the defense is there in an advantageous position and to when instead just hold on to the ball and not try to force that pass. Out to the top, driving left side, Anderson. A floater goes right through, ripping the net for Brooke Anderson. And she's got 4 in the quarter, 25-11. Now a 14-point lead for Grant's pass. Pass through the middle. Molsick was there. Back out to Carpenter. Too long with her shot. And the rebound comes down to Bruner. Now on the right side, Grant's pass after the run up the floor. Run too strong with her shot, but weak side rebound goes down to Teagle. And she's got the easy 2 from the weak side, 27-11. Roseburg giving up a run to Grant's pass here to finish out the half. Tried to do a Euro step around the defender, but lost a handle on it out of bounds. Montefiore will turn it over. 46 seconds to play here in the first half. Grant's pass will have the basketball. Seidel back into the game along with Isabel Lopez for for Grant's pass. Molsick, Montefiore, Carpenter, Murphy, and McClatcher on the floor for Roseburg. They go with the 2-3 zone. Far side, Lopez trying to go underneath, but Carpenter facing the defender underneath. A 3 from the top off the mark. A lot of hands in for the rebound. It's tipped around. McClatcher up with it. 25 seconds. Breaking out in front. She'll go right to the rim. Underneath. There's too far underneath with her shot. And up with it is Grants Pass. 13 seconds to go. Grants Pass might hold for the final shot as Seidel looks up to the scoreboard for the clock. Crossover dribble, back to the top, step back, a look at a three. It's off the mark, and the ball will roll around as we come to an end here in the first half. After one half of play, it's 27-11. Roseburg is trailing by 16, their largest deficit of the game, but they are more in this one than they were in the one against Crater. So positive things moving there for Roseburg as they go into the locker room. We'll come back with your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show after this quick break. It's Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Welcome back here to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, where tonight Roseburg at the halftime break, they trail the Grants Pass Lady Cavers 27-11. Joey Keyran here with you. Welcome into the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Well, it has definitely been a much stronger performance from Roseburg here in tonight's contest against Grants Pass than what we saw in the season opener. It's great to see the team improving here tonight. They came out, they trailed 11-6 at the end of the first quarter. In fact, Roseburg actually led the game 2-0 as it was a bit of a slow start on both sides. And as the first quarter came to an end, Roseburg was down by 5, but they were outscored 16-5 in the second quarter as Grants Pass would pull away, leading by as many as the current score, 16. 27-11 is our score here at the halftime break, and Grants Pass out in front. But Roseburg will try and see if they can maybe put together some defense, turn the ball over a little less. That is continuing to be a point of emphasis for head coach Chad Smith. He mentioned turnovers in the pregame show and said that they've got to do a better job there. There had been a number in the first half, but they have done better than they did in their last game for Roseburg. They will continue to try and work on that, and we'll see if they can make an improvement like they did last time against Crater in the second half and cut down that number as they go to the third and fourth quarter. But Roseburg with 11 points. They are still in this game, only down by 16. They could make a run here as we go to the second half of tonight's contest. We'll take a look at individual scoring here tonight as we get you a run through the numbers as we continue through the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. We'll have that for you when we come back after a quick 2-minute break, and we'll look at individual scoring from the first half of tonight's ball game. This is Roseburg girls basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Current Orthodontics."
Back here with your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show from Roseburg High School tonight. The Roseburg girls trailing 27-11 after the first half against visiting Grants Pass. Taking a look at individual numbers from the first half of tonight's ball game. Leading the way for Grants Pass with 6 points, 3 players. Brooke Anderson was 6, Emily Rund was 6, and Jocelyn Seidel was 6. Also, you've got with 5 points, Sophie Mock. 2 points for Kaylin Teagle and for Isis Poteet. And that is your scoring for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers. On the other side for Roseburg, leading the way with 5 is Micaiah McClatcher, the freshman, getting the early lead in this one. Also Hayden Pinard with 2. And Riley Mulsick with 2 and Emma Murphy with 2 points in the first half as well. That is your first half scoring for today's ball game. Taking a look, the Blazers game is underway. They are in the first quarter with about 7.5 to play in that one, and the Blazers trailing by 10, 17-7. Your score right now as Denver tries to even up the series. Right now in that matchup, for the Blazers, early going, C.J. McCollum with 3 points in the contest, and 2 points for Damian Lillard and 2 points for Norman Powell. But very early in that contest there. And we will join coverage of the Blazers as we wrap up our broadcast of Roseburg Girls Basketball here on the Score tonight. We will join the Blazers as soon as we are done, and we hope that that will be before halftime so that we can get you some of that second quarter as well as all of the second half. Speaking of the second half, we'll have that coming up for you as we wrap up the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Cooper's Pest Control is your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. And stick around for our post-game show where we will name tonight's Roseburg Girls Basketball Player of the Game. It is your Mountain Mike's Player of the Game pizza, the way it ought to be. A winner of the Player of the Game award gets a $50 gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's Pizza. Just not too far, a hop, skip, and a jump away here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, right over there by Harvard Avenue. All right. We'll come back with the second half after this 60-second break. Roseburg basketball trailing 27-11 against Grants Pass tonight here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Welcome back to Roseburg High School, getting ready for the second half of tonight's ball game as we get ready for the third quarter. Roseburg basketball trailing 27-11. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. And don't forget that tonight's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com, where you can watch this evening's broadcast on the Score homepage. Or you can always become a fan of 1490 The Score on YouTube. Subscribe there to follow Roseburg High sports throughout the school year and get all the action there on our YouTube channel. And sponsoring our video streaming of Roseburg Sports is BTB Moving. They provide labor services for your moving needs. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, careful. They've got senior and veteran discounts available. Book now at 541-315-0122 and find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. Starting the second half, Grants Pass will have it. They run their offense. A quick look, turnaround jumper off the mark for Reagan Bruner. And on the rebound, it's tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Roseburg. A stop on their first possession. Roseburg will have it. Moving now left to right on your radio dial. In white, Roseburg starting the second half. We'll get the ball up the floor. Hayden Pinard getting it across the timeline. Picks up her dribble. We'll get it to Montefiore. She dribbles left hand to the top of the arc. Picks it up there. A couple of spins to get away from the defense. We'll find Chelsea Miller on the left side. You've got Montefiore, Miller, Molsick, Carpenter, and Pinard out on the floor to start out for Roseburg. A ball out of bounds. Tried to save it back in. Kaylin Teagle unable to. Teagle, Rund, Mock, Anderson, and Bruner out on the floor for Grants Pass to start things off here in the third quarter. Ball tipped away, loose. Roseburg comes up with it. Molsick wanted to drive, pulls it back out to the top. She gets it to Montefiore. Roseburg able to hang on to the basketball for a while here, although Grants Pass's defense has made that difficult. Near side, Pinard looking underneath. Not there. Miller will circle back out as they go back to the top. Carpenter with it. Straight away, looking to her left. Needs to do something with it to avoid the 5 count. Will bounce it away to Molsick from the right elbow. Goes up, misses the box. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Grants Pass. 6:42 to go for third quarter. Grants Pass in front by 16. Rund out to the top. Anderson, she'll take the open look at a 3. Back iron, rattles around, and this isn't Grants Pass's Heater Newman, but that sure was a friendly home roll off the rims here at Stuart W. for Brooke Anderson on the 3 ball. And she puts Grants Pass up 30-11. 19-point lead now for the Cavers. And in the backcourt, a turnover by Roseburg. Inbound from the near sideline for Bruner. To Anderson over the far side, Rund. Back to the top. They work it to the near side, Mock. Looking underneath, she finds the back door in Rund. 2 players down there, and Roseburg had 1 guarded, but Rund sneaks her way underneath, and she gets an easy 2. 32-11. Grants Pass in front. Pressure still in the backcourt, and Pinard heaves a ball down floor. It's taken away by Anderson. She tries to step around. She'll get the bucket and a foul. And the Roseburg girls are now down 34-11. It has been a 7-0 run here to start the third quarter. Free throws coming for Grants Pass. Micaiah McClatcher comes into the game, so does Emma Murphy for Roseburg. Free throw is good on the and one for Anderson, her first free throw of the night. Inbound in the backcourt. Roseburg will bring it up, breaks the press. Montefiore dribbles and gets it to Murphy. To the near side, Molsick looking for that cutter underneath. Montefiore, oh, she was open. Molsick couldn't get it to her. Back out to McClatcher at the top. Montefiore comes to get it on the near side. Dribbles out between the circles with the left hand. Keeps the dribble going with the right and over to Molsick. Back out. Carpenter comes out to get it out between the circles. Has the defense on her. Gets it away before the 5 count. McClatcher driving in. Goes up from the left side with the right hand and just off the mark. And it's a jump ball called on the rebound. And the arrow favoring Roseburg. It'll stay with the Indians. Teagle takes a seat. So does Mock for Grants Pass. Poteet and Pastrell will come into the game for the Lady Cavers. Inbound goes right to Montefiore, and her shot glances off the glass and is just off the mark. Down with the rebound is Grants Pass. They bring it up the floor, leading 35-11. Stepping into a three, and Pastrell, her first shot of the night. She rattles it through. 3-ball dropping tonight for Grants Pass. They've made quite a few. We'll get you a check on that number. They lead 38-11. 7 threes in this game for Grants Pass so far. 4:28 to go, third quarter. Carpenter goes right around a screen, working against Poteet. Back out to the top. Montefiore thought about a three, doesn't take it with Rund in front of her. Dribbles left side, gets a screen. Her lay-in just off the mark, gets her own rebound underneath. Tried to go up, got tied up, and now it's another jump ball. And it'll go to Grants Pass this time. I like the attack there by Montefiore. She got a good look at it. Shot just didn't go. But I like the shot selection and the attempt for Roseburg. Montefiore will take a seat. Into the game came Michelle Rivera for Roseburg. And Rivera comes away with a steal. Out in front. She goes one-on-one. Gets bumped and hard into the padding behind the netting there. There's not a lot of space on the baseline, and Seidel gets a foul called against her. Seidel, she hip-checked her into the padding there underneath the basket on the breakaway the other direction. And it should be 2 free throws coming here for Michelle Rivera, but she is shaken up out there. Julie Deaver to check on her here in this third quarter with 3:59 to go. And Rivera is up. Today's game brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Tonight also brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air.
Media timeout.
They're going to go ahead and take the media timeout here under the 4-minute mark. We'll take it as well. 30-second break. Be back with more Roseburg girls basketball for you here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
Out of the media timeout, it'll be Roseburg basketball. I believe they will have free throws coming for Michelle Rivera unless she's unable to come back in the game. And, in fact, she is over there talking with Julie Deaver still, not on the bench. She's back behind where the players have been sitting. So they may be looking for a different player to take those free throws for Roseburg. So Roseburg will break their huddle, and they will send Emma Murphy to the free throw line to take those for Michelle Rivera, who goes down with a hard hit. You don't see it too often, but I would not have been shocked if they had called something more than just a personal foul on that. That was a hard hip check that sent Michelle Rivera flying into the padding behind the basket there. And surprised that not maybe a little bit more awarded on that foul. A dangerous play there by Jocelyn Seidel. 1 of 2 free throws go through for Emma Murphy. She's got 3 in the game. Roseburg has their first points of the second half, 38-12. With it on the right side, they go underneath to Poteet. Back out, a 3 by Anderson. Rattles out. Roseburg down with the rebound. McClatcher will bring it up the floor. Into the half court. Off to the far side, Murphy gets it down to Pinard. She attacks, goes high off the glass, shot no good. Carpenter battling for it, but she couldn't quite pull it in, and on the outlet, a whistle called. Foul against Roseburg. That goes against McClatcher, and that'll be her first. Second team foul against Roseburg here in the second half. To the right side, Roseburg with their 2-3 zone. Anderson goes in the middle of the free throw line to Poteet. She tries to pass it away, saving the ball back in. It goes to Roseburg. It was off the hands of Pastrell. She saved it back in, but it goes right to Roseburg. Murphy with it, a chance for Roseburg to try and capitalize on the turnover by the Grants Pass ladies. Bounce pass Pinard, stolen away by Seidel. And now Grants Pass with it. They'll bring the ball quickly up the floor. Anderson, pass into the far corner. Turnaround jumper. Pastrell misses everything. Seidel underneath it, though, trying to back her way in against Pinard. Kicks out. Anderson driving in. The floater is good.
Brooke Anderson for Grants Pass.
40-12 the score now. A 28-point lead for Grants Pass. They take it away on the other side as Roseburg loses possession in the lane, turning it over. I believe that Michelle Rivera has gone to the locker room with Julie Deaver there, as they've probably gone to the trainer's room. Driving baseline, off the mark for Pastrell. Rebound, though, Poteet underneath. Poteet has her 4th point of the night, 42-12. Looking for the cutter. Murphy there. Gets underneath against Seidel. Has her shot blocked, but it goes to Pinard. Back out. McClatcher wants to drive through the defense. Gets cut off in the lane. Gets it to Molsick. Her shot off the mark. Rebound down to McClatcher. She finds Carpenter. Carpenter back out. Out a long 2 from Pinard. Just rolls off. And the rebound comes down to Roseburg. They'll have another try. Far side, McClatcher driving in, and that shot falls off the rim. And Roseburg will keep it again. Murphy, a long 2. I think that was the 5th attempt for Roseburg on that possession, but good job sticking with it, and Emma Murphy makes it count. She gets the bucket, 42-14, Roseburg in front. Or excuse me, not in front. Roseburg with the bucket, but they trailing against Grants Pass. And on the other side, Pastrell drains a 3. 45-14 the score with 1:05 to go here in the third quarter. It is out to a 31-point lead, largest of the night for Grants Pass, with 1:05 to go, here in the third period. Tonight's game is brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Also by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. And we want to say thanks to our sponsor for Roseburg High video streaming, the video simulcast going on right now at 541radio.com. Thanks to BTB Moving. They provide labor services for your moving needs. From Roseburg to the surrounding areas to all of Oregon, you can call on BTB Moving at 541-315-0122, providing those labor services, veteran-owned. You can also find them on BTB Moving on Facebook. Out of the timeout, Roseburg with it. Baseline, pump fake by Pinard. She'll bring it back out. Lobs to the top to Murphy. Into the middle. Turnaround jumper from Miller is off the mark. The rebound down to the Cavemen. Grants Pass brings it up near side. Isabel Lopez into the game. Handles the basketball. Sends it over to Mock on the far side. And she sends it through the basket. Sophie Mock with her second three of the game. 48-14. Far side. Stribling. Gets it to Miller at the free throw line. Back out to Pinard. They work over to the far side now. Murphy back to the cutting Pinard, who has it knocked out of her hands and out of bounds with 19.6 to go here in the third. Inbound goes to Molsick. Out to the top, Murphy. 17 seconds and counting. Looks to the middle. Miller has it. Looks for that cutter. Tried to dump it off. Pass tipped away. Goes out of bounds. No, a foul called. And I think it's against Sophie Mock. And I have that down as her first. Molsick with 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3, Stribling with it, and she travels with 1 second exactly on the clock. 1 second, inbound, and not going to get a chance to get a shot off. Grants Pass will lead 48-14 as we go to the final quarter here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Back for the start of the fourth quarter, Roseburg trailing 48-14 against the visiting Grants Pass Cavemen. And on the opening possession, Roseburg will pass it out, and it gets loose into the backcourt, out of bounds. Grants Pass will get the takeaway there. Grants Pass with Bruner, Anderson, Rund, Mock, and Teagle. They're starting five on the floor to begin this final period. Rund looking underneath. We'll pass it back out to Teagle, out to Mock. 21 points in that third quarter for Grants Pass. Bruner has it straight away, had an open look, didn't take the shot, and now a pass on the right side to Mock, nearly stolen away by Murphy. Inbound from just in front of their bench for Grants Pass. Anderson gets it to Rund on the far side. Was squaring up like she was going to pull the trigger on the deep three. Gets it to Bruner instead. Pass back out to her. Skips a short hop into her ankles, but she picks it up cleanly. Working around the perimeter. Driving baseline. Mock gets underneath. Got the edge, but couldn't get the bucket to go. She'll head to the free throw line with 6:43 and counting. We've got a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Shooting two now for Sophie Mock. And she will hit the first one. She's perfect 3 for 3 from the line. Roseburg basketball is brought to you by the Smile Station, your destination for aesthetically crafted smiles. And by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. 50-14 on a pair of made free throws for Sophie Mock. Roseburg brings it up. Murphy to the far side, Stribling. Looking back out to the top. Gets it now to Molsick. Back to Stribling. They work it quickly across the perimeter. Murphy brings it out to the top. Bounces left side. Molsick looking for that cutter. Back to the far corner. Stribling. Pressure on her. She'll pass it away. Working against that zone pressure from Grants Pass, and now a travel called against Isabel Stribling. You've got Pinard, Murphy, Miller, Molsick, and Stribling on the floor. And now we're going to get a full line change for Grants Pass. Addison Hull will check in, along with Isis Poteet, Isabel Lopez. Also, you've got Paige Pastoral, and new into the game, Brooklyn Wakefield will get in. Roseburg also brings in Sydney Montefiore into the game. The freshman getting her first minutes of the night. To the near side, Pastoral with it. Jab step and a whistle away from the basketball. An offensive foul against Grants Pass. An illegal screen. That one's going to go against Addison Hull. Roseburg with Murphy, Pinard, Sydney Montefiore, Isabel Stribling, and Chelsea Miller out there on the floor. Jocelyn Montefiore looks like she'll be ready to check in at the next dead ball. Pinard to Sydney. Out to the far side. Emma Murphy, her shot off the mark. Rebound, tipped around. Grants Pass was out of bounds touching the basketball, and it will stay with Roseburg. Underneath, Addison Hull was fighting for it, but she was standing out of bounds as she was trying to fight for that basketball. Jocelyn Montefiore does come into the game for Isabel Stribling. Sydney Montefiore, Jocelyn Montefiore, they're both out there. We'll refer to them by their first names when they're on the floor together. Jocelyn to Sydney on the near side. Back to Jocelyn at the top. Murphy will get it. She'll take a long two. It doesn't want to go down. Fight for the rebound, and Murphy will get it as it got tipped around. She gets it in the corner out to Sydney. Montefiore for three. It's short underneath. Miller with the rebound, no good. And a whistle will stop the action. Going to be a foul against Roseburg. 50-14 our score. 3:12 to go here in this fourth quarter. Poteet gets it to Wakefield, over to Pastrell, and she's well off the mark with her three. Rebound by Lopez. Tried to save it back in bounds, but it goes to Roseburg. Lopez nearly steals it from behind from Jocelyn Montefiore. Jocelyn will have it back to Miller. Murphy now on the right wing, marked by Hull. Tries to pass it down to Jocelyn. Back out, they get around the perimeter. Pinard with it on the left side. Sydney to Jocelyn, looking underneath. They go back around to the left side of the floor. Murphy, again, they keep trying to find that pass to the middle of the defense. Not really there. Pinard to catch and shoot, long two. Her high rainbow shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts up another one, no good. Almost got her own rebound again. Fight for it. Saved back in by Poteet. Goes out to Jocelyn Montefiore. Her shot no good. Sydney's there. Her shot no good. And the rebound comes down to Grants Pass. Bringing it up the floor. Pastrell backs it out. 2:06 to go. Underneath. Poteet backing away in. Out to the top. A three. Wakefield. Brooklyn Wakefield will drain one there. And it's now 53-14. Minute 45 to go in the contest. Out to the top. This Grants Pass team can shoot the three.
And a violent comes in.
Out of bounds against Grants Pass. They tip the pass out of bounds. Hannah Bowman will check into the game, the sophomore. Near side. Out to the top. Sydney to Hannah. Pump fake. Got the defender in the air. Doesn't take the shot. Jocelyn Montefiore, a three from the right wing. Her shot off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Grants Pass with a minute to play here in the ball game. Right side, Isabel Lopez with it. Remember, we'll get you to Blazers basketball when we wrap this one up here tonight from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. A two from the left elbow by Poteet, no good. fight for the rebound, and from behind, it was Hayden Pinard got hit, goes down hard, grabbing her head, but she gets up. We'll walk it off. Clock keeps running here as we are going to see this game come to an end. Roseburg will get it. Montefiore brings it across the timeline, passes to Sydney. Sydney to Bowman here on the near side, into the corner. Pump fake by Pinard, back out, around Sydney. Montefiore, a deep three. Contact, no whistle. 20 seconds to go. Grants pass with the rebound. Lopez has it. She'll bring it across the timeline with 13 seconds to play, and this one's going to go final. 4 seconds to go, and our score 53-14. And Grants Pass is going to get the win against Roseburg. 53-14 is your score. Roseburg unable to score in the fourth quarter against Grants Pass. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with your post-game show. We'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game and wrap this one up for you here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on the Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Current Orthodontics."
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Welcome you back here to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, where tonight the Roseburg girls fall against Grants Pass 53-14, your final score. In the second half, Roseburg outscored by a total of 26-3, unfortunately there. Things clamped down for them. The shots didn't want to go. They had a lot of looks. They gave themselves opportunities, just could not get them to go. Recapping this one here tonight, it was 11-6 after the first quarter of play. Roseburg down by 5, but things just kept growing from there. Outscored 16-5 in the second quarter. It was 21-7 going into the halftime break. After 3 quarters, 48-14 your score, and your final score 53-14. Let's go ahead and take a look at individual scoring from this one tonight. For Grants Pass, leading the way with 14 points is Brooke Anderson. Anderson leading the way, one of 2 players in double figures. 10 points for Sophie Mock in this one. 8 points for Emily Rund. 6 points for Paige Pastrell and Jocelyn Seidel. And he also had 3 points for Brooklyn Wakefield. 4 points for Isis Poteet, and Kaylin Teagle had 2 in this one. On the other side for Roseburg, 4 players doing all the scoring. Emma Murphy had 5 in her first game. Micaiah McClatcher had 5 as well. Hayden Pinard had 2, and Riley Molsick had 2 tonight as well. And that is a look at your individual scoring here tonight. We got to get in one more break. We'll go ahead and take it, and we'll come back to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game and get you over to the Blazers after this here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Josh Nelson from Off the Wall on The Score. When I'm not in the Score Sports Closet, I own and operate BTV Moving here in Roseburg. We are a labor-only company offering services such as packing, unpacking, loading, unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. We pride ourselves on being an affordable, veteran-owned company. Contact us at 541-315-0122 for all your moving needs. That's BTV Moving, 541-315-0122.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Yep. Back here to wrap things up in our post-game show, as we want to say thank you to our sponsors, Barn Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com. Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair, are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Dr. Lanson Randall, open and accepting new patients. Call 541-378-6694. Well, it's time to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game, pizza the way it ought to be. And tonight we're going to give it to Micaiah McClatcher, who was one of the 2 leading scorers in this game for Roseburg. We will give it to McClatcher with her 5 points in tonight's game. She is your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Congratulations to the freshman there. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up here for us. Roseburg 0-2 on the season. Grants Pass goes to 2-1. Coming up next, they will be hosting North Medford. That'll be on Thursday. We'll be here for that one starting at 6:30 with your pregame and tip-off at 6:45. As we get out of here, I will give you a quick check of the scoreboard. 53-37. The Denver Nuggets on top of the Portland Trailblazers with about 6:53 to go in that second quarter. We'll join Blazers coverage for you here in just a minute. I want to say thanks to the Grants Pass Cavemen for making the trip up here tonight for this ball game. Thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, head coach of the Roseburg girls basketball team, Chad Smith. Thanks to back in the studio, let's see here. We've got Brenton Cranford, we've got Ben Hill, and we've got Craig Ortega. Thanks so much for all those guys for the radio production on that side. Thanks, as always, to the lovely Angela Keyran for helping with the video production tonight here for the broadcast. And as always, a thanks to you, the fans, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I am Joey Keyran. We will talk to you guys coming up on Thursday here on the radio for Roseburg girls basketball against North Medford. But our next broadcast of Roseburg High Sports will be wrestling on Wednesday night. We'll have that on the video stream only, so let all the wrestling fans know that we will be streaming Roseburg Wrestling coming up Wednesday night here at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. I believe we'll have the JV and varsity matches on the video stream for you as they take on Eagle Point. So tune in for that. I believe our coverage starts at 5:30 on Wednesday. And that's going to do it for us, folks. Enjoy Blazers basketball, Game 2 of their first-round Western Conference playoff matchup against the Denver Nuggets coming up next. We'll have that for you right here on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.